Hello, good morning and welcome back to my class, children. Today we will study about the mechanism of breathing in humans. We all know that breathing involves inhalation and exhalation. So let us first study about inhalation. Further, without wasting any time, let's start with the explanation. Children, as we breathe in, two things happen at the same time. First, the muscles between ribs contract and causes rib cage to move upward and outward, whereas the muscles of diaphragm contracts and move downward. The upward and outward movement of rib cage and downward movement of diaphragm increases the chest cavity. As a result, the air is sucked in from outside into the lungs. As the lungs get filled with air, it expands. Children, when we breathe out, what happens? Two things happens at the same time. First, muscles between ribs relax and move inward and downward, whereas the diaphragm muscles also relax and moves upward. The inward and downward movement of rib cage reduces the chest cavity. As the space inside the chest reduces, the air is pushed out from the lungs. The main organs of human respiratory system are nose, nasal passage, trachea, bronchus, lungs and diaphragm. Children, as we breathe in, the air from nose enters into a passage known as nasal passage. This passage is lined by fine hairs and mucus. Fine hair and mucus in nasal passage helps to filter the air by trapping any dust particle present in air. Children, as we breathe in, the air from nostril passes to a tube called trachea. Trachea is also known as windpipe. The upper end of trachea has larynx. Larynx is known as voice box. The lower end of trachea terminates to form two tubes. These tubes are known as bronchus. Bronchus brings air from trachea to lungs. Bronchus in lungs further divides into many small tubes. These smaller tubes are known as bronchioles. Bronchioles finally terminate to form a balloon-like structure called alveoli. Children, one point to remember. Trachea do not collapse even if there is no air, because trachea is supported by rings of soft bone called cartilage. In simple words, we can say that trachea is supported by rings of cartilage which supports trachea and prevent it from collapsing. As soon the air reaches the alveoli sac in lungs, the exchange of gases takes place. One point to remember, children, it is very important. The site for exchange of gases in lungs is alveoli sac. Alveoli sac is made up of thin membrane and has numerous blood vessels called alveolar blood vessels. These blood vessels ensures that oxygen should reach to each and every single cell of the body. So, don't forget, alveoli sac is a site for exchange of gases where the body takes oxygen and eliminates carbon dioxide from the body. Now, who carries this oxygen to every single cell of the body? Blood. There is a red color pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin in blood carries oxygen to each and every single cell of the body. Children, one point to remember. When we exhale carbon dioxide, it also contains small amount of water vapor. Why? Let me tell you the answer. During aerobic respiration, we break down glucose into carbon dioxide and water. Isn't it? So, when we expel this carbon dioxide, what happens? Small amount of this water also gets exhaled out in the form of water vapor. We can say that exhaled air has more water vapor as compared to the air that we inhale. Second point, exhaled air has less oxygen as compared to inhaled air. Similarly, exhaled air has more carbon dioxide as compared to inhaled air. Keep these 3 points in your mind, children. Respiration in plants. Children, I have already taught you in my previous videos that plants breathe through tiny holes present on leaves called stomata. Plants also breathe through the roots. Yes, plants breathe through the roots. And which part of the root? Root hairs present on roots helps the plant to exchange gas in the soil. Children, now let us see the breathing organs, or I should say how breathing takes place in other animals. Earthworm. Earthworm breathes through its moist skin. Yes, earthworm uses its moist skin to exchange gases. One more interesting example is frog. We know that frog is an amphibian. That means frog live in water as well as on land. So when a frog is in water, it breathes through its skin. And when a frog is on land, it uses its lung for breathing. Whereas insects uses tiny holes present on their body for exchange of gases. These tiny holes in insects are known as spiracles. Aquatic animals like fish use their gills for exchange of gases. Since the amount of oxygen in water is fairly low as compared to oxygen present in air, the breathing rate of aquatic animals are much faster as compared to terrestrial animals. That's all for today, students. But hey, wait, it's time to appreciate. Aditya Kumar, Anshika Sahu, Anshul Mali, Anshul Patel, Avni Singh, Dipali, Divyansh, Jayendra, Kakul, Priyal Sharma, Ronak Rai, Shivansh, Suryaveer and Yugchok se. These were the names of the students who are regularly doing their homework, regularly maintaining proper notes in their copy, making beautiful, neat and clean diagrams in their notes. Good, very good beta. Keep it up. Children, this is the first time that I'm teaching science to you all. But I'm overwhelmed by the kind of response I got from all of you. Please keep this kind of good work throughout the session. So, before we say bye-bye to each other, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Children, please share this video with your friends and motivate them. अगर आपसे कोई एक बच्चा भी मोटिवेट होता है तो ये आपके लिए बहुत अच्छी बात होगी और मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छी बात होगी कि हमसे भी कोई मोटिवेट हो रहा है. सो अच्छे काम में देरी नहीं. Don't forget to share the video with your friends. See you in my next class. Bye-bye.